It's time to check your money with America's money maven, Vicki Brackens. Vicki Brackens is the president of Brackens Financial Solutions Network, LLC, and a registered representative of LPL Financial, member SIPC. So, Vicki, let's just get it right out of the way. How do people get a hold of you?
Area code 315-930-4499. That is the number that you call to get a hold of me, to make sure that you get any additional questions that you have from this segment answered. Or at info@Brackens, BRACKENS, FSN.com.
All right. So now you got that out the way. You good?
I'm very good. Thank you. I need to say also, though, make sure you hit that button, like and share, like and share to make sure, okay, that you are pushing this forward to all of your networks.
And comment.
And comment. Okay.
Yes.
Thank you. Okay.
Tell us you love us. Tell us tell us something. Tell us something.
Thank you, George. Thank you. All right, then. So before we go too far, go much further, I have to stop and first of all, express our condolences to the families of Onondaga County Sheriff Lieutenant Michael Husak and Syracuse police officer Michael Jensen. I don't know anything other than to say that how terribly sorry we are for your loss, and we are all praying for you and your families for peace and recovery. But also condolences to the Onondaga County Sheriff's Department and the men and women of the Syracuse Police Department. I know how devastating this has been for them to have seen their brothers in arms go down. So again, condolences to all. George, I'm going to recap this week.
It was one more thing you forgot.
Yeah. What was that?
Vicki, I'm really shocked. I'm actually stunned.
Oh. Oh.
Because usually when something big has happened in central New York, you want to be on top of saying, and this week we had a big thing happen.
And yes, I know, but I was building up to it.
Oh, shut up to it. See, okay. Okay, no. You know what? I'm gonna be quiet and let you do your build up. We're gonna rewind the tape.
Yes. Okay.
Go ahead, Vicki.
So last week, okay, I'm just gonna do a little bit of a recap from last week, and that is, I want to know, I want to make sure that everybody followed through on the instructions that they had last week, as far as speaking to every politician and their senators and representatives about one particular thing. Do you remember the instructions, George? It was to ask them something.
Well, yeah.
What is your plan to stabilize and
Social Security,
the Social Security system? And you wanted to get from them details, not just a hemming and a haw and a him and homonym. We want specific details on what was their plan to stabilize and sustain the Social Security system. Well, this week, although we weren't talking about Social Security, we had the biggest opportunity because all of the representatives and all of the dignitaries associated with the federal and state government were here in Syracuse on Thursday.
I see what you did
on Thursday,
yes,
to make one of the biggest announcements and to make sure that, because we've been talking about this for month after month after month. Yeah. Get on board. Believe it's going to happen. Don't doubt. Everything is going to happen, because we had the announcement last year, and we've been building up with some additional announcements as far as what's happening with the MICRON project. Well, this week, on Thursday, the President of the United States came back again to deliver $6.1 billion of a federal commitment to the region to spearhead the MICRON build out here in central New York. Listen, folks, when the federal government starts writing checks, don't doubt.
It's for real.
It's for real. Okay. Not only have they made announcements, not only have they passed legislation, not only have we seen legislation coming from the state, they came with, as you said, with the dollars to make sure that everything is running smoothly and that we get on top of things to be sure that the build out of the MICRON facility, because this is a national security issue. I've said this before. Not only is it a an issue concerning manufacturing. It is a national security issue, and they are not playing around. You need to start believing. You need to, I think I'm gonna have put a new hashtag, George. Hashtag get on board. It is time for you to get on board and really pay attention to what's happening around you, the things that you need to do. Dominique Robinson was with us a couple of weeks back, gave us instructions on what you needed to do to get ready for some of the training sessions. We have all types of things happening around you. There is no doubt this is moving forward and this is happening. Okay, is that what you were asking for, George, for the buildup?
I was. Thank you.
Okay.
No, because when you said I got to do a recap, I was like, oh, wait a minute. That don't sound right to me.
Oh, okay. All right, then.
But I think, Vicki, what we're going to do, and maybe we'll put this in the link in our video for those who are watching on YouTube. We say call your representative. Well, maybe we just need, for those in Central New York, I know we go all over the country, but what we're saying is call your local congressman, call your local senator. In New York State, we got at least two senators, okay? And then any congressman that represents your area. So for us, it's the Brandon Williams is our elected for this region. So call his office and ask for a detailed plan on what he wants to do to
stabilize and
Social Security. And as a matter of fact, let me just look that up while you talk about.
Okay, why don't you do that so you can give them the number. So here's the next thing I want to make, as far as, first of all, also to thank everyone for coming out last week to the seminar that we held there at the at CFAC, the Community Folk Arts Center, concerning estate planning and wealth building. It was great to see everyone. If you have additional questions, you know how to reach us at 315-930-4499. And to make everyone aware that this is the last week to register for the virtual session that's being held there at the Central New York Community Foundation Black Equity and Excellence Fund, where they're going to explain exactly how to go through the application process, the criteria needed, all of the things necessary to tap into those resources. George, you got the number?
You ready?
Yes.
The Syracuse local office number is 315-233-4333. 315-233-4333. And let me just say something about this, right? And if you're in Utica, 315-732-0713, the Utica area. And if you need to call them in DC, I hate giving out all these numbers, but whatever number you wrote down, they can get you to the other one. 202-225-3701. Now, if you say, George, calling these offices, I don't know if I can get through. Let me tell you something. They measure, they will tell you in a minute. If they don't get a call about something, they will say we didn't get one
Nobody
call.
cares.
So we're Syracuse, make George and Vicki happy, but make yourselves happy, because if you're gonna age, we need stabilization of Social Security. So ask him what is his plan to stabilize Social Security, and you want a specific answer, okay?
Right.
Because and that's the elected representative for this region where we are originating the show. In your region, call your congressperson who is for your region, okay?
All right. Thank you very much, George, for clarifying that and giving everybody a very detailed call to action, because we want to hear, they need to hear our voices concerning this particular issue. All right, George, the last thing I want to say is this. We have just finished hearing from the beginning of the quarter, end of the quarter details on how the economy is doing concerning corporate profits. About 75% so far of the corporations that have reported profit levels that have increased over this first quarter of 2024. That is wonderful news. We also heard, though, that the inflation numbers are starting to push, I told you this before, push a little bit more And so for that reason, the Federal Reserve is indicating, they haven't said it specifically, but indicating that they are probably not going to lower interest rates at the same pace as they thought earlier. What does that mean for you?
Yeah, that's what I
It
want.
means this. Okay, George always tell me what that means for me.
Okay.
If you've got idle cash sitting around and you don't have it in the market, because we're not doing specific market recommendations, but what I am saying is that you should probably check with your banks to make sure that your excess cash is receiving the highest level of interest payment possible in those institutions, because you have to spend time opening the envelope and looking at what your yield or your interest rate is, and then looking online for your institution to see if there are other cash instruments there with your institution where you can transfer that money and get a higher rate. I have seen some bank statements that say I'm getting 0.01, and all we had to do was look online and find out that they had other money market accounts or CD accounts or things of that nature that were paying 5 to 5.5.
Wow.
Can you imagine the difference? The difference that makes?
Oh, yeah.
So
Wow.
please pay attention to what's happening with your cash. And if your bank for some reason is not competitive, this might be the time to start looking around, because cash rates are very strong and are predicted to be strong for some time. All right, George, an exciting week for sure. And with everything with the president coming in and making those announcements, I know that more announcements are going to start rolling across the ticker tape. Is ticker tape? Oh, ticker tape and screen over the next 6 months. It is going to be mind-boggling. Everybody, hashtag get on board. And at this point in time, I will say our plate is full.
All right, Vicki Brackens is the president of Brackens Financial Solutions Network, LLC, and a registered representative of LPL Financial, member SIPC. She is America's money maven.